welcome back to my channel. I'm JD and today I am doing the January book tag. So the original tag was done by Jan and I found it through Rob is Doing Things on his channel when he did the January book tag. And so I will link to their videos and channels down below. So definitely check them out. But let's get started. Question number 1. What was the last and first, if you remember it, book you read last year? These were pretty easy to do because I do keep a list of my books, a reading log. And so the first book I read last year was this one, Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. Oh my God, I loved this book. It was so funny. I really enjoyed it. And it's great. And I'm looking for the sequel coming out later this year. But the last book I read was actually in November. I think I had started a couple other ones, but I didn't finish them just because the end of the year was a little crazy. But the last book I read was The Wolf by J.R. Ward, and that, I think I read it right after it released in November. So there's that. My first read this year was The Wonderful Invalid by Leonard Trask, and I'll try to get it so it doesn't glare, but it's a very thin book. Let's see, why not? But it was published in 1860 and it is the first documented case of ankylosing spondylitis here in the United States. So it was written from Mr. Trask's point of view. It's kind of like his journal, diary entries from just depicting his battle with ankylosing spondylitis before it even had a name. So it was just it was a very inspiring read, and it makes me very, very grateful for modern medicine. But so yeah, I really enjoyed reading it. But there's that. So, question number 3, what are 3 reading goals you have for this year? My first goal is to read 60 books. My second goal is to read more nonfiction. And my third goal is to read at least one finance book. So, fun times, right? Question number 4 is to share 3 of your most anticipated titles. So, I'm gonna take this as 3 books that I'm really looking forward to being published this year. And the first one is The Last Dragon by Guinevere Jack. This is book 9 of the Treasure of Paragon series, and I've been following this book since the series, I think for most of the one last year, maybe 2. I can't remember when the first ones came out. It was pretty much, I found it right after or right before the second book was released. And so I've been reading them and following each release. And this is the last book of the series. And I'm very excited to see how it all ends and wraps up. So there's that one. The second book I am really looking forward to in 2022 is Lover Arisen by J.R. Ward. So Lover Arisen is the latest book of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and I am a huge fan. I've been reading the Brotherhood series since like 2018, 2017, and I'm just obsessed with them. I really enjoy that series. And so yeah, that one comes out in April. I'm really looking forward to it. The last book I am anticipating this year is Husband Material. So the sequel to this. So it's Husband Material by Alexis Hall, and that releases later this year sometime. I don't remember exactly when. Question number 5. Which goals did you reach or not reach last year? So I only had one reading goal last year, and that was to read at least 50 books, and I read 70, so I made that goal. That was awesome. Question number 6, are there any 2022 releases you've heard of, but have no desire to read. No, because I don't really keep up with what's coming out unless it's a series that I have read before, like The Treasure of Paragon or The Brotherhood, or if it's something that like boyfriend material, husband material that I just happen to come across and I'm like, yes, there's a sequel. So I really don't keep up with releases unless I am specifically looking to read it. Question number 7, what are some reading habits you are looking to change or want to change this year, if any? I think the biggest thing for me this year with reading habits is I really want to get back into reading more physical books. So I love my e-reader, and I've recently gotten into audiobooks. It's one of the reasons why I was able to read so many books last year, because I have a 80-minute commute each weekday, but I've missed actually physically holding a book to read. And so I've started kind of picking up some more books that I want to read that way. Question number 8, are there any adaptations you're excited about? This is a hard one because I really don't know of any new adaptations coming out, like actually releasing this year. But I will mention the 2 that I have been the most excited about and I'm looking forward to more of, which is The Wheel of Time and on Amazon, and The Witcher on Netflix. So with The Wheel of Time, I read the first 9 books of that series a long time ago, back in middle school, high school age, and I really enjoyed them, and I kind of kept some of the story up here, but not much. But I was really excited to see the story take place, the adaptation, on Amazon, and so I am really looking forward to seeing more of that. And I have put the Eye of the Worlds, the first book of the Wheel of Time series, back on my reading list. I think it'd be fun to go back and reread that series and finally finish it. The other series, The Witcher, I've not read any of those books, and so, but when I heard that Henry Cavill was playing Geralt, I was like, oh my goodness. I've really enjoyed watching the show on Netflix so much. I'm really looking forward to season 3. I hate that we have to wait so long for it, but I understand. Good things take time. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for season 3, I have added those books to my TBR as well. Question number 9, favorite bookish memory from last year. My favorite memory from last year was participating in the Bang in the Night reading challenge. I found out about it through a friend of mine, Jax McQueen, and the whole challenge was mostly hosted and took place on a Discord server, which I loved. I'm still part of the group, and I'm kind of following their other challenges, but none of them have really kind of struck me to participate in so far. But I will link to their group's stuff down there, but it's basically they give you a bingo board of challenges to read, and the challenge I took place in was their Halloween challenge. So it was all like paranormal and horror kind of story and challenges to do, trying to find a paranormal romance with a vampire in it, or the MC had a black cat, or there was a werewolf in it. You know, there was all these different challenges, and it was a lot of fun trying to find books that would fit the certain challenges and get a bingo basically for the challenge. And it was so much fun. I read so many books. I found a couple of new favorite authors. It was a great time and I really hope they do it again. Last question 10, carryovers from last year that you still plan on finishing. There was only one book that I started at the end of last year that I did not finish, and that was Lost in Las Vegas. It's a Frost and Crow mystery. And this book's by Kristen Painter. I really enjoy these books. This is the first of a new series with these characters. The main character is Jane Frost, and she is Jack Frost's daughter. And this latest book, Lost in Las Vegas, it takes place after her marriage, and so her and her new husband are kind of start traveling and solving mysteries on the road, basically. And their first stop is Las Vegas, where her husband's family, parents are. So I'm really looking forward to reading it, and I have not gotten a chance to sit down and finish it just yet. Anyway, that's it for the January book tag. Let me know if you decide to take on the tag. If you liked my content, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace, love, and happy writing, y'all.